two-seam grip that he uses on his fastball.
And that's into center field. Base hit. Alex Cora filling in for Jose Reyes again tonight. Reyes, the regular Mets leadoff man, the hitter, batting left-handed. Castillo hitting .304. He drops a bunt down. And Molina to second. Just in time with Uribe playing it like a first. 3-1 the count. And he walks him. David Wright out on deck. One of the keys to the game last night for the Mets. Changeup struck him out.
That's the
changeup.
It isn't. That's, I think, one of the hardest pitches to get a feel for.
David Wright now. Right up the middle, base hit. Here comes Castillo. Aaron Rowan. Cut off by Aurelia. A run scores, but out at third is Beltran. And David Wright, another RBI hit. He is on a tear since late April. Burris against Levon. 1-0. The Mets are leading. Hit very softly. And did he get him? Yes, he did. First base Sandoval. But he has a history of being tough on the Giants. That is right past the bag at third. A fair ball into the bullpen area. Sheffield over to pick it up. And it's a stand-up double for Fred Lewis.
Yeah, there's an old saying in baseball, you hit it just like you threw it. Kind of threw a little.
1-0. The Mets are leading in the first. Right up the middle, base hit. And Lewis is going to score easily. And this game is tied. Ground ball that seemed to know right where it wanted to go. One strike to count. Runner at first. 1-1. There goes Sandoval. That's a base hit to right field. Sandoval going to keep going. The throw. Safe. Wow. Nice throw by Ryan Church from right field, and Jerry Manuel. Wynn, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. That ball into Death Valley, right center field. Church, no! Sandoval scores, and Molina had to hold up to make sure it wasn't caught, so he only gets to third. Randy Wynn would have had an easy triple. Otherwise, he settles for a double. It's 2-2. 3-2 the count. Aurelia on deck. Struck him out with the slow curveball. It's a strikeout. Aurelia delivers. Left center. Molina scores, and Wynn right behind him. That's the clutch hit the Giants have been lacking. It's a 4-run inning against Levon.
No, you're right, John, and we're going to make it our cash.
1 week from tonight that he'll be ready to go and back in the starting lineup. So Uribe in there in the interim. And Cora to Castillo for the force out on Aurelia.
Church upset about that 1-0 pitch. He thought he should have hit it.
He hits this one. There is Rowan. One away.
Nobody's going to swing at that one.
Strike 3 call to the outside. May have to undergo surgery. They are hoping not. There's a base hit to right field for Reed. Third hit for the Mets. So Jeremy Reed, former 2-1 the count to Levon Hernandez. Right to the shortstop, Uribe. And Burris gets the put out on Reed at second. 4-1 Giants.
Holy smokes.
2-2 the count, and Lipscomb is down on strikes.
I got it.
Oh, right there. Run hard, but then he'd end up limping considerably afterward. Rips one out into Death Valley. Way back there. That's gone to the deepest part of the park. Tape measure home run for Fred Lewis. His first home run this year. And he's capable of doing that again 3-1 the count. And the slider. Fly ball. Shallow left. Right going out. Sandoval to second, and Wright had nothing whatsoever on that hurried throw. A double for Sandoval. With 2 down and nobody on, Lewis hit the spectacular home run. Now Sandoval, the bloop double, and Benji. It's deflected by Levon, but nonetheless, Cora has time to throw out. 421.
That's a long way. You have to really be behind that ball to get it out there.
So leadoff walk.
No. You guys are really off the hook. No, coaching, coordinating, managing, all that.
Sandoval throws out Castillo and Cora
as well.
It's with the Reds.
Yes.
That's a base hit to right field. Cora is going to be held as Wynn comes up throwing. First and third for the Mets. Boy, Gary too, who later on became one of the great pitchers of his time.
Yes, he did.
High fly ball, actually a pop-up. Uribe, and the runners have to hold. So Lincecum with the breaking ball, get hot in the clutch. Big moment here in this game. The Giants ahead 5-1. Fastball, struck it out. A single. Wynn knocked in Pablo. Giants scored 4 runs all told in that first inning. Chased that sinker, and Castillo throws him out. 1 away. And there is Beltran. 1 away. So roll.
Boys, last couple years ago with
2 down and 3 down. Really, it rounds out to Cora. That's Levon's his favorite last time. It didn't do them any good. They lost the game anyway. And that's a little flare in the left field, and it's a base hit for Brian Church.
been all-stars. They brought us all back and introduced us, and we were all out there in the field.
The curveball struck him out swinging.
That was good morning, good afternoon.
The foul tip into the glove and held by Molina. That is like Levon has taken off a lot of weight since last year.
He looks good.
Struck him out with the breaking ball. And let's, usually on Fridays. Right up the middle. Uribe gets his first hit of the night. And he'll be in there. Here's Lincecum. Drops the bunt up the first base side. Levon. And Castillo covering at first base for the putout. Uribe. 0 for 2. 5-1 Giants. Castillo. And that is out number 2. So Boris, Lewis trying to pick him up with 2 down in the 4th. And the high strike. Wow. .com. Change up, struck him out. That's 4 consecutive movie, 30 years ago, The Exorcist. I quit with that backwards game. Sandoval throws out Luis Castillo and shows off that arm.
He's got it.
2-0 the count. But one of the Mets hitters have made him work hard to get him. Aurelia, Lincecum covering, and the inning is over. That is his first 3.
Okay.
It was sort of the Yankee dynasty of the Hayward Area Athletic League.
Oh, yeah.
The HAAL. Don't forget it. Levon barehands it and throws out Sandoval. First time he's retired. That win.
They're having a good road trip on the Eastern Swing.
They've won 3 out of 4 in Philly and now Florida. Beltran. And that is out number 2. Well, in St. Louis, and the Cubs got rained out at Wrigley against Houston. High pop-up. This could be trouble. But Sheffield gets there. And the inning is over. Fastball. Right center field into the gap. They'll have to chase this one. Wynn cuts it off, and Sheffield will pull up at second with a double. Gotten him out in a spot like that in this series. He knocked in the Mets run in the first with a single. And that is strike 3 call.
Wow.
Hannah, quite a matchup. Past Lincecum. And Uribe keeps it on the infield. Looked like swinging in the 4th. Sheffield at 3rd. Church at 1st. 1 out. And they kind of hung that breaking ball. Sheffield tagging at 3rd as Wynn makes the catch. They'll throw into the cutoff man Aurelia. And it's a sacrifice fly for Santos. 5-2 Giants. Would-be pinch hitter out on deck to bat for Levan if Reed is able to keep the inning going. And he does. Base hit. Church stops at 2nd as Lewis comes up with it. It's the 3rd hit of the inning for the.
Not many guys that do that.
Change up right up the middle, base hit. And that is the 2nd run of the inning. Ryan Church in to score. 4 hits in the inning. Ended it. No look. Right to Burris at 2nd. And
A long 30 base runners in 14 1/3.
And 3 home runs given up. Cora. And 1 away. Beltran going back, still going back. Up against the wall. And it's a double for Aurelia.
Consistency with location.
Oh. 2 down. The Mets outfielders can throw well. That's right along the 3rd base line. That's a fair ball. David Wright tried to flag it down. Lincecum's going to try to stretch it. And he is out. The run has scored. The run counts. Aurelius. 8 strikeouts. Fastball. Uribe. But Castillo's too fast. And that's an infield hit. He's trying to get prepared to make a throw to 2nd. But Castillo steals it uncontested. And it's a walk. A 4-pitch walk. And now the possible tying runs are on base. Another one. Base hit down the left field line. Castillo has scored. Beltran. And they're waving Sheffield the tying run. The relay will not be made. It's tied up. And the fans are not happy about it. A right-handed hitter on deck. Struck him out.
A little anger behind that fastball from Affel.
2-2 the count. He struck him out with a curveball.
Pretty impressive relief work right there. Strikeout with a runner.
Switch hitter out on deck.
Yeah, Bruce Bochy knows that and just says the heck with it, let's put him on.
He struck him out. And Affel with a runner at 3rd and nobody out in a tie game.
Slider and a changeup.
And Burris chased it and is an easy out. 1 away. Let's go down to David Wright. 2 down. Then promptly stole 3rd with Affel in the game, and Affel then struck out 3 in a row to keep him from scoring the go-ahead run. And that hit him. The Mets are going to complain that he swung, and that is the ruling. The first base umpire, Hunter Wendelstedt, said, yeah, you swung. So he will not be allowed to go to 1st. Affel, after throwing some big pitches, stays in there. Cora bunts, and a fine play turned in by Pablo Sandoval.
Calls go their way.
Uribe in a hurry. Got it. 2 down.
They've had a couple of calls go against him.
When Reyes is in there. Strike 3 call. Or maybe he said he swung. Molina. Stokes was in 24 games for the Mets out of the minors last year. And it's a high drive. Deep left center, but there is Beltran on the warning track.
That's the ball. He will be controversial.
Randy Wynn, high and deep, right center field. That ball is off the top of the wall. He's to second, digging for third. Church throws it in, and Randy with a stand-up triple. Right off the top of the Willie Mays wall.
I don't know how that ball.
Trying to knock in the go-ahead run. We got jammed. It's just not happening for Rowan.
His boos are getting louder, and believe me, he hears them.
That is caught. Not this time for Aurelia. Cora went up to get it. Ninth inning. Sheffield then right coming up. Right past Wilson, base hit. Up the middle, base hit. Sheffield stops at second. Third hit of the night for David Wright. There's now Wilson over to third and down the left field line. And the Mets have gone ahead on the error. Moving over to third, David Wright. 7-6 Mets as Sheffield is in to score. Goes. Tagging at third is Wright as Rowan catches it. Here comes Wright. The second run of the inning. Omir Santos gets his second RBI of the game.
Well, those two at-bats have saved his night. As I mentioned, he's got a hat trick. He struck out 3 times, but a good at-bat with a sac fly in the 6th. And here, sort of a grinding sac fly. Good at-bat.
Church went back to first. Right along the first base line, fair ball. Right out to Frankie Rodriguez in the Mets bullpen. Randy Wynn fields it. And it's a double for Tatis. The third hit of the inning for the Mets against Wilson. And now Ron faced a couple of hitters last night. Got out of the 6th inning. 1/3 of the inning. And on one pitch he gets out of this inning. Ramon Castro off against Frankie Rodriguez. Rodriguez got the save here last night. Uribe trying to get the Giants going. They're down by 2. They need one man to be on base to send a possible tying run to the plate. That's out to right center field. Church on the run gets there. That's the other aspect of that 2-2. Tatis. Rodriguez covers. And Velez is out number 2. 2-0 nobody out on Emmanuel Burris last year with the Angels. Oh. Just tried to somehow make contact. Blown away on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and the Mets make it 2 in a row, beating Brian Wilson, breaking a tie in the 9th against Wilson 2 nights in a row, and K-Rod gets the save.